Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. How do you get a country girl's attention? A tractor. That's pretty good. All right, and I've got a few members to thank. Thank you to Arch Nemesis and Lasdrin for signing up as new members. Thank you so much for joining the membership. Don't forget to comment what you want on the various wheels. I'd also like to thank Krill for 40 months as a super supporter. Thank you for re-upping for 40 months. That's incredible. Crazy supporter there. Abigail for re-upping. Also Kuljit Gandhi and Ta8888. Thank you so much for an additional month as a member. I hope you're enjoying your membership. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got film, haystack, thread, P, turntable, trench, camel, haiku, Yauman, preamp, tape, duffel, speaker, wire, helonium, and amp. So Yauman is like the assistant to the captain, at least in Star Trek. I assume they got that from the Navy. Is it yeoman? Maybe it's yeoman. I wonder if we're expected to know that, or if this is like a purple using the letters, like it ends in man. It ends in a country, Oman. Do we have other words that end in a country? Not that I see. All right. Well, let's come back to that. We've got a speaker, a preamp. These are parts of an audio setup. A wire and an amp. Is it that simple though? Like, would we put preamp and amp in the same category? We also have turntable here. So I'm gonna have to hold off on that as well, because there's at least 5 that could go in that same. There's also like tape, like you tape down the wire. So yeah, I don't know, stuff in your kit for DJing, but we'll see what that ends up being. P makes me think of Princess and the Pea. Shoot, okay. Haystack makes me think of needle in a haystack. Haiku is a Japanese poem. Style. Camel. So we've got like common idioms, like the straw that broke the camel's back, a needle in a haystack. I don't know if like the pee under the mattress is actually an idiom or not, but it's definitely a reference to Princess and the Pea. What else would we have here? You're down to the wire. I don't know. This is another category I'm gonna have to hold off on because I'm not entirely sure what goes in it. But it feels like a category to me, at least these two. Duffel. I don't know. I feel like a duffel could also be part of your, you're bringing in your equipment. Film. What's helonium doing? What is helonium? Is it an element? It sounds like an element or a metal of some kind. I really doubt we're using it for its meaning, though. There's got to be some kind of wordplay happening. So both yeoman and helonium would be my guess. But what would it be? I thought about it having Oman in it. It felt really nice, but I don't see a country in helonium. Huh. Trench coat? Are we doing blank coat? Not really. Thread? I'm having so much trouble pulling these apart. There's so many things that could be related to DJing, and I don't even know if that's a category yet. Film and tape are just ways of recording. You can record on tape, record on film. Are there 2 other ways to record? Not that I'm seeing. Do we do haystack, camel, pea, and hanging on by a thread? These are all next to each other. This could easily be like a rainbow herring type thing. When they put them next to each other like this, you gotta be really careful, because it's like they're like, hey, check this out. You should try this. and it's almost always wrong. And sometimes it's what they built the puzzle on. So like we could be looking for a category for each of these. I haven't seen that though. Like there's not an obvious way that that works. Like what else would haystack go with? So I am going to try this against my better judgment, just because honestly I don't see how these become other categories. Okay, well, like I said, against my better judgment. So are these one of each somehow? Okay, let's think about haystack a little bit more carefully. This wasn't even one away, by the way. Haystack. Could that be wordplay with yeoman and helonium somehow? Ends in stack, starts with hay. Helen? It's not really how you usually spell Helen. Not even close. Let's see. Haystack. Haystack. Yo, man. Hello, Neum. Starting with kind of ways of starting with homophones of greetings. Haiku. Okay, this is probably purple. All right. The rainbow herring strategy wins again. So let's look at camel then. What are we doing with camel? I should have thought harder before locking in the idioms. It felt like a category, but they were also next to each other, and I should have realized. Camel. What's camel going with? I'm not sure. I don't know. So let's pick a different one. How about P? What's the other one? It was camel, P, and thread, right? So what's going with thread? A thread and a wire just seem like similar things. Just long, thin strands. I mean, tape is kind of long and thin. It's a bit. I mean, it's a bit thicker, but it's thin in one direction. If there's a fourth one, I'll consider it. Film. Film is kind of similar in that way too. What do we have? What do we still have? We have turntable, speaker, preamp, and amp. It just seems so wrong to put preamp and amp in the same category, but I don't know. We could try it. Okay. Things that come on spools. Okay. That makes sense. So is it turntable, preamp, amp, and speaker? Because that would leave camel, P. Oh, these are coats. Because P coat is like the Navy style coat. I don't think there's an amp coat or a preamp coat. So I think this is a category. Parts of a record player setup. Unfortunately, that was yellow, so I didn't get reverse rainbow. But I think these are kinds of coats. I'm not completely familiar. I know what a trench coat is, obviously. Earned a 75 purple first badge. Very nice. All right, I did make a mistake first, though. So perfect. It couldn't have been a perfect reverse rainbow anyway. Camel coat. I don't think I've heard of. Duffel coat. I've heard of a duffel bag, but not a duffel coat. Pea coat, yes, that's the Navy one. And trench coat, yes. The long, you know what a trench coat is, hopefully. I'm going to look up camel coat and duffel coat so I can learn. Camel coat. It looks a whole lot like a trench coat to me. Or it's kind of like a trench pea coat almost. It's got those 6 buttons like a pea coat, but it's more like a trench coat length. Very interesting. Okay. Are they all camel colored? And duffel coat. Oh, L-E. I did E-L. Duffel coat. It's a kind of coat. I don't know that I've seen these. Honestly, not my style, but okay. It looks comfy, though. It got kind of like weird straps across it. Anyway, fun one. Difficulty. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5, and I think we have a 65% solve rate. Oh, I forgot to look at their difficulty. Hold on. It gives away the coat thing. 2.5. Okay, so they thought it was a little easier, but I was dead on with the 65. I mean, 60, not dead on, I guess. I was 1% off. 64. All right. Yeah, people just making mistakes left and right here. 1 in 22,727. So actually, several people had the same game as me. It wasn't quite a rainbow herring, though, because it was purple, blue, green, green. I wonder if there was a yellow. Do any of these have a phrase with them? Not that I can think of. 57% got yellow first. I mean, I saw it. I definitely saw it, but I was like, putting amp and preamp in the same category, that really feels like a red herring. So it was almost the hardest category in that it was too obvious. But there are also other things like wire and even like a duffel bag you might want in there. Like what's in your kit for DJing. But this is a record player setup, not DJing. Okay. I mean, that's kind of the same thing. Okay, kinds of coats. 18%, blue is 15%, purple is 10%. So nothing like super low percentage of people who won. But remember, this is people who won. Blue second is definitely the most common. Okay, because, yeah, I guess if you get yellow first, blue second makes the most sense. Ever. People are getting nothing. 12% got nothing. And then yellow, blue are kind of the more common ones. 13% getting both yellow, blue. 5% getting only yellow. 2% getting only blue. We have 2% getting only green, which is interesting. So you know your coats and then couldn't figure out the rest. Interesting. I mean, you could easily chase one-aways on yellow all day, which don't do. Don't chase one-aways. Anyway, putting wire in with yellow, putting tape in with yellow. Interesting. Pea, trench, camel, and yeoman. I guess people are like, well, I know these three kinds of coats. I don't know duffel coat, but maybe yeoman. I don't know what that is either. So maybe yeoman is a coat, right? That's probably the thought process there. Haystack as a coat. Interesting. I mean, we do know that yellow blue was a very common, like you had yellow and blue. So these might be people just trying to figure out green, purple. Needle expressions, haystack, thread, pea, and camel. Yeah, I thought these were all from expressions of some kind. Only 4% of people tried it, though. All right. People are doing yellow first, and then some red herrings with yellow, and then green, and then blue, and then purple, and then 1% is this one that I did first. That's probably why it's in the list. Yeah, it's just filtering it to the top, so I see it. Okay, so this is the rainbow herring. Haystack, thread, turntable, and camel. Oh, how the turns have tabled. Oh, how the yes. It's supposed to be how the tables have turned, obviously. But that's probably what they were going for. That's pretty funny, actually. Oh, how the turntables. All right. Well, how'd you do? Let's do pips. We'll start with easy. We need a domino that adds to 7. How about 1, 6? We also have 4, 3. Okay, that's we need a domino. Let's see. We don't have an equal. We do have an equal domino. So is it just like something along these lines? Less than 5. Okay, we don't have a domino that adds to less than 5. So these are gonna have to go vertical then. How are we gonna add to less than 5? With 2 equals down here. What do we have equal that isn't on the same domino? The 5s. The problem is with the 5s, they can't be less than 5. So what else do we have equal? Why can't I see it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The only equals are the 5s. Why is this so weird? Oh, I can do the 5, 2. Well, no, I can't put the 5, 5 in there. There's gotta be something else. Oh, I can do it this way. So I can do the 5, 2 like this, and the 5, 5 like this, and then this just needs the 4 in it, and then this is the 1, 6. Okay. Wait, what did I mess up? Oh, this equals 5. And that doesn't that's any greater than 9. Oh, okay. Well, that makes it easy. If it helps if I read the clues correctly. All right, 108 is horrible, but we'll keep going. Maybe the medium will go better. All right, that's a 0. I could go with a 4, 1, or blank. I think we're going to go with the 4 because we got to add to 11. That's a big number. It's kind of vibe, but now we need 11 minus 4 is 7. We need a domino that adds to 7. That sounds familiar. 5, 2. Okay. It's the only one. Now we need the other 2 to go the only way it can. Now this needs to be the blank blank. Okay, going well. 3 equals. That's probably 5, 5, 5. So I think we're going to do this and this. Oh, I need the 6 over here, though. Okay, so can we do it this way? No. No, we can't. So I think we're going to go 6, 5 up. I may need to rearrange some of this stuff. This has to 10, so this has to be the 5, 5. And now I've kind of messed up because I need 3 equals. Is there another 4 somewhere? Yeah, there is. Okay, I can swap this out then. We're gonna have to redo some of this, but I can put this 4 here and this blank here. These would add to 10. I would need a domino that adds to 10. That's the 5, 5. And now we move the 5, 2 up here. All right. Almost the same exact time for medium. Let's do the hard pips. All right, this needs to be a 6 going into an equal. So our options are blank, 2, 4, or 5. Almost all of them are 6. Okay. Almost every domino has 6 in it. I mean, I could do a 1, 5 here. So I think we got to do blank 6 this way, and then a 6 really small number this way. Let's try that. And then I can't put a 6 in here, so we need the ones that aren't 6 in here. So I could do... I can't quite add to 6 that way. I wonder if I need the 6, 4 then. Because then I can do the 2, 6 this way. Oh, but then I ran out of blanks. What am I doing? Oh, I can just do the blank 2 vertical. And then this can add to 6. These two are equal. Oh, I don't have an equal domino to put here. I don't think there is an equal domino. Okay, so we gotta think about this more. I like the blank 6 into here. Oh no, sorry, what am I doing? That says 6. I don't know what I'm thinking. Whatever it is, it's not correct. So because we don't have an equal domino, I'm just gonna place dominoes randomly here. We need a domino like this, and a domino like this, and a domino like this. So this doesn't add to 6. This is 2 separate things that add to 6. And we're out of blanks. So we need to do, well, this, or if I do this, this adds, I do have another 5. So if I do this, this adds to 3. I would need a 3 here. So this isn't it. I have 1, 2, and 4. Maybe this isn't a blank 6 blank. What else can I do double up on? I have blank 2, 4, 5. So the 5 can double up. We can do 5, 1 down. So these add to 5. I have a domino coming up here. I think I need the blank 6 coming down like this. I think that's probably true. How do I add to 5, though? I can't do 2, 2. I can't do 2, 4. I don't think I have a way to add to 5 at all. So this doesn't happen either. Maybe it's 6, 2 then, with the 2 blank coming down. Get rid of that. So these add to 6, not as a domino though. So I can't do the 5, 1 because I don't have a 1 there. 4. So I got to do blank 6, I think. So this would be the blank 6, and then this is a 6, 5, and then this is a 1, 5, and then this is the 6, 4. Wow. Okay, that took. I don't know why that took so long. It felt unnatural to put a low digit up here because we needed them for other places, but no, this worked out. This might have been the only solution. Let me know if you had a different solution than me. And how'd you do? Let's do the mini crossword for Monday, October 6th. Word announced before sharing a bit of trivia. Did you know? So I don't know. Renewable energy option. Wind, solar, maybe? Make a case for. Edible part of rhubarb. Is it the root or the stem? Or I don't know what part you eat. Look for hiders. Search. Find. Actor Will of The Four Seasons and MacGruber. That's... Oh. Will... shoot. I can't think today. Scummy stuff. Scummy stuff? Is solar wrong? I'm not sure. Scummy stuff. Waterproof window sealant. Arduous journey? Don't blink me. Watch your attitude. Don't sass me, maybe. All right, let's see if the first letters help. Make a case for. So you argue for? Edible part of rhubarb. The stem doesn't work. I need a 5-letter word starting with S that would be part of a vegetable. Or is it a berry? I don't know. Look for hiders. Search. Seek, maybe? Hide and seek. Will forte, maybe. Scummy stuff. Algae. Waterproof window sealant. Caulk. Arduous journey. A trek. Okay. It just took finding one word. And this was stalk. Oh, okay. The stalk of the rhubarb is eaten. Okay, at least Solar was correct. This is fact. Oh. Word announced before sharing bit of trivia. Fact! Today I did badly on the mini crossword. All right, well, how'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is in for the evening. And I immediately see pajamas here. That makes sense for the evening. Night routine, night robes. No, maybe just robes. All right, night gown. Okay, lounge gear. I think it is lounge gear. Gear is not spelled that way. Gear is spelled that, wait, okay. Lounge bonnets. Oh, it would be nice to not get any extra words today. Long johns. Jog waggers, obviously. Lounge wear. There we go. Not gear, wear. Joggers. All right. No spanogram first, but also no extra words, so I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, having pajamas just so obviously up there just gave it away. I don't know how... It's hard to hide pajamas, though. Hard to hide pajamas. That sounds weird out of context. It's hard to hide pajamas. Anyway, how'd you do? All right, let's spin the members wheel and see what game we're playing today. And today also I'm going to be playing a bunch of daily word games in a separate video, which you can find pinned in the comment below. All right, this is Mary Monstax suggesting Fibble. So Fibble is a game that I play during the daily games. So I'm going to be doing an unlimited Fibble in this video, and then I'll do the daily in the daily games. Fibble, I'm playing an unlimited game, so you can try to play along. If you play it yourself and you play the daily, you can check against that in the daily games video. Again, just not to repeat myself too many times. The way Fibble works is it's just like Wordle. It's got a secret word in mind, and it is coloring like Wordle would. But before it displays those colors, it picks one of the letters, and it changes the color. And it guarantees that exactly one letter has had its color changed to something wrong. So we call that a lie in Fibble, because it's fib, it's lying. So one of these colors is lying to us. I like to assume, at least early on, that the positive information is not lying. Now, it is actually more likely that the positive information is lying, but by using as many letters as we can from the previous word, we are more likely to encounter contradictions, which help us find those lies. So we want this T somewhere. I'm actually thinking of an STE word, just because we can say the S was lying, it should have been there and should have been green, and then the TE. And then we just gotta come up with 2 more letters to put afterwards without repeating the E. Maybe steam. All right, so what did we learn? One of these E's is definitely lying, because this says it's green, this says it's yellow. So that does mean that means there is no S in the word, because if you think about it, if there was an S in the word, they would both have to be lying, and I wouldn't have a lie left for the E's. So the S has to be true, and there has to be a T in the word, but one of them could be lying as green. We don't know if that's the case or not, but so I can't mark them both true, but we know that T is in the word. It can't be gray. I'm going to continue using the E as well. I'm wondering is there like an etch word? Fetch? Fetch is good. Oh, fetch doesn't actually have a lie in Steam. Maybe I should use the A again. TEA, teach. That works. All right, now E is gray. It really is. It keeps lying about E's. So because we know there's a contradiction between these two and these two, so we still know there's an E in the word. Okay, so Steam versus teach is really good. Because we know one of these E's is lying, we also know one of these A's is lying. That's both lies. Steam has one lie, teach has one lie. So if you're not an E or an A, you can't be lying. So this is all true. Since we know the T is here, it's kind of safe-ish to mark this as true. But technically it could be lying and we could have a T at the beginning and end. I really think this E is lying. I mean, just chances are that we have an E in the word. E is very common, and also it twice told us there was an E in the word. So if there is an E in the word, then there also has to be an A in the word, but not in the middle. So something like this. Oh, and I need a C as well. We know there's a C in the word. Tekka? Okay, I'm starting to think maybe there isn't I think there isn't a A. I can't put the E fourth because that should have been green and that should have been gray. And that would be two lies. So we could end in E. We could put the A here. We could do something like this. I don't think tackle is definitely not spelled that way. We can't do TC. What is this? Okay, maybe we don't have an A. Maybe we don't have an A or an E. So we'd have lie, lie, lie. You know, I think that makes a lot of sense. Because a lie and sweet. Did teach... What was the lie in sweet for teach? Oh, it was the E being a lie as yellow. Okay. So I think we have the T here. We definitely have a C somewhere. But what are we doing with that? Maybe, ooh, I can't do tacky. Unfortunately, if I bring in the A, I have to also bring in the E, because this would be a lie and that brings in the E. Is something like ticky a word? Or let's see if it accepts ticky. It does. All right, well, we know that's the lie. So there is an I in the word. So T, but the I, maybe it ends in IC then, like tonic. There we go. Okay, yeah, so there wasn't an E or an A. That was nasty. All right, tonic. It was the onic trap. Luckily, I got the T. Getting into a trap while also getting lies every guess is really nasty. But anyway. Cool. Well, that is it for the games in this video. Again, if you enjoy stuff like this Fibble, you're definitely going to enjoy the Daily Games video. I only do it once a week. Why don't you check it out sometime this week? And if you want to watch Wordle, the OG, you can click at the end of this video. It'll take you right there. And I also have a pinned comment with all the videos I made today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.